I decided to do this video outside because that constant chirping of the Florida crickets in June reminds me of the of fucking progressives. And it actually has a little bit of a point. So, in response to ContraPoints, who is in fact hot pseudo-intellectual garbage, that video that is so famous now and is famous even more so after it was false flagged, um, her entire or his, I actually have not watched enough of their content, so I guess to know which is correct or whatever, so we're going to go with they. The crux of their argument is to say that you can use speech to deny others free speech, which is a lie. That is not true. That is not true at all. That is pure, unadulterated bullshit, and I'm going to prove it. They claim that you can silence somebody by overwhelming disapproval, by telling them that they're wrong and that they suck and that they're stupid in great enough numbers that you silence them. That is not true. Now, it is hypocritical to false flag ContraPoints' video because false flagging somebody is silencing them. It is literally removing their ability to speak. Disagreeing with ContraPoints and telling ContraPoints that their arguments are fucking bullshit is not silencing them. It's just telling them that their arguments are bullshit because they are. Let's take Evergreen College, something that everybody wants to dismiss in an entirely useless way, that they can't dismiss it by saying, they say, the Evergreen college students, and in fact the college students who riot at Berkeley and stuff, are a loud but small and not very well liked minority. Doesn't matter. The reason why we complain about the black supremacists who took over Evergreen College, and the same ones who did it at Yale, and the ones who tried it at Mizzou, and the Black Lives Matter students who assaulted people at Dartmouth College 2 years ago, all that shit. The reason why we complain so aggressively about them is because they are silencing people. And the way they're doing it, which is what we're disagreeing with, is through violence. You see, the reason why they use violence is the exact same reason that you're trying to excuse them. That they're a minority, and that nobody agrees with them, and that they're stupid. And so they try to use their free speech to make things that they want to not happen. They try to null platform people with free speech, and it doesn't work because they're a minority and nobody agrees with them because they're fucking wrong. And they tried to use activism and campaigning. That didn't work. So after 2 years of Marxist social justice warrior BS, they decided to resort to violence through groups like Antifa and By Any Means Necessary and Black Lives Matter. The reason why they use violence is because they have to meet their goals, which is to violate the civil rights of their opponents. They were entirely unsuccessful with silencing people with speech because it's impossible. The only way that you could shut down a Milo Yiannopoulos rally or shut down an MRA meeting is through force, through violence, whether physically preventing entry or looting or rioting or setting things on fire or terroristic threats to the venue, because you cannot silence people through words alone. That's impossible. That's literally impossible. And I do mean literally, as in through the laws of physics, not possible to silence somebody by talking to them. That is unbelievably ridiculous, pseudo-intellectual, woo-woo fucking garbage. And that is why ContraPoints is far more insidious and loathsome than a lot of other YouTubers. And that should partially be taken as a compliment, should any fan of ContraPoints or ContraPoints themselves see this video because you're so well spoken and good at formulating words and very, very good at editing videos that you sound like you have any fucking clue what you're talking about, and you do not. And you know what? Quote mining Christopher Hitchens doesn't help you, but I don't have to bring up anything about that. I only have to talk about your arguments, not defend Christopher Hitchens or indeed anybody else you criticized. I don't have to appreciate or defend Sean Spicer to say, or not Sean Spicer, excuse me, Richard Spencer, or either one of them for that matter. I don't have to defend right-wing racial identitarians to tell, I don't have to defend them to tell you that you can't punch them. I don't have to defend anybody to say that violence is unacceptable. So basically what you can take from ContraPoints is perfectly fine. I almost said she. I don't know if that's appropriate. Them. I meant them. Jesus Christ, gender neutral. They basically said that it's okay what violent protesters do, but it's not okay when people use non-violent argumentation to denounce somebody's views. But it's totally okay to riot in no platform. And the quote mine of Christopher Hitchens, which I will discuss just in closing, is Christopher Hitchens said exactly what I just said to you. When you violently no platform somebody, you're not just removing their right to speak, you're removing everybody's right to listen to what they want to listen to. I would never dream of either silencing Christy Winters or Anita Sarkeesian or some other regressive, illiberal, anti-human rights scumbag like ContraPoints anymore than I would support people false flagging their videos or violently trying to force them to shut up through death threats or physical violent opposition. None of that is acceptable. So I'm morally consistent, I'm correct, and I'm not only in line with ethics and morality and equality and human rights, but I'm the one who's against the actual Nazis and fascists, which, unfortunately, are the people you support, ContraPoints. So you are the utmost pinnacle, the freaking epitome of a hypocrite and a liar, okay? So fuck you and fuck your fans. Get a fucking grip and read a fucking book. Thanks for watching.